Hello, MacU family. This is Ronald DeLorge, and this is the final persuasive speech for 2011. And I just wanted to go over what my speech is entitled. It's entitled Real Hope and Real Action. And going into the Monroe motivated sequence, it starts with the attention step. And my attention is noticing society's lack of concern for the common person. It's come as no surprise that more and more Americans are relying on the government for assistance. They're relying on their family members, complete strangers, or a combination of the two. This could be blamed on a lack of discipline, especially beginning at the top. I feel I can confidently speak on this subject because I have walked a mile in these shoes. The body goes into what is described as what once was a safety net for distressed and impacted families has become a feeding trough for the 2012 election, actually. Opponents have accused the current administration and its party of turning America into an entitlement nation. The federal government spent a record $2 trillion, that's trillion with a T, to individuals in fiscal 2010, up nearly 75% just from 10 years earlier. More and more Americans live in a household now that receive Medicaid, food stamps, or other government-based assistance in 2010. When you add Social Security and Medicare to the mix, including the unemployment benefits, nearly half the nation, that's half of the nation, lived in a household where they received either a government check or some kind of subsidy. It's vitally important in the socioeconomic issue that it needs to be spoken about, and we need to be coming up and brainstorming for better solutions. Watch this short video as it comes to light.
I had 401k savings plan, money here and there. We were doing fine.
And how dramatic was the decline?
It was almost instantaneous.
Unwilling to show their faces on camera, but wanting to share their story, this New Jersey family went from living on $130,000 a year to just about $15,000 now.
Yeah, we went completely off the charts. You know, our decision is: do we go out for a date or do we pay the electric bill?
We don't have our home phone anymore. It's definitely cooler in the house.
Quicker showers. It's amazing. This is dinner. Something wrong with it.
This father watched as his six-figure telecom job of 20 years went to India.
Like, I remember the first time they told us about the situation.
Then the unemployment ran out.
Like, the first thing they talked about was food and how we were going to be eating more macaroni and cheese.
And the savings went.
Duct tape our shoes, trying to make everything just last a little bit longer.
Do you wake up in the morning and wonder if today's going to be the day that you're going to get evicted?
Oh, yeah.
Unable to sell their house, they stopped paying the mortgage.
Where I came out of was, you know, a white-collar world. And the white-collar world for 2 years or 2.5 years that I banged my head against it.
And basically, the interview just goes on and on about this family, and it's not atypical of what's happening out there. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is no success without sacrifice. There's no such thing as an overnight success. Self-discipline does begin with you, and once it's mastered with yourself, then it can be branched out, and you just go on with others. The acronym of HOPE, H-O-P-E, has been very popular, especially in the last election. Well, I'm here to give you a new acronym. It stands for Help One Person Every Day. Every day should be used to get the people motivated that are on this government assistance up and out and grabbing new skills, doing whatever they have to do, taking the right direction, solving their problems. And again, I've personally walked in these shoes. We really have to educate folks. As more and more Americans turn to the government programs for refuge from the merciless economy, the growing number that they're encountering new problems, and some of those problems, like having to deal with the benefits of welfare, unemployment, assistance, job training, etc., these folks are now being scrutinized, and they're actually having to go through drug tests in order to get their monthly assistance. So all in all, it's not a bad thing, I guess, because there are abuses that are out there that are happening, but we'd like to see it minimized as much as we could. Obviously, there are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Being pulled from a pit, whether it be unemployment or a bad family situation, or foreclosure or bankruptcy, or even being a legal citizen, it's never going to be easy, but it can be done. It's been done. Again, it goes back to self-discipline, because everything rises and falls on leadership. Many Americans that are currently or have been impacted with the economic downturn since 2007, they're still feeling the after effects. I'm thankful personally that others went before me, that others were able to blaze the trail and soften the blow of my particular unemployment. This is a group here, the South Lake Focus Group, that I was a part of, that actually helped me pull me out of the pit when I was unemployed back in 2010. Again, we really have to understand that we have to build our networks, build our relationships now. Being prepared for what might come your way really has to be at the forefront of what you're doing. I once heard it said that you should dig your well before you're thirsty. We also have to insist that our government be fiscally responsible. There are no guarantees of tomorrow, so we have to take measures today. Remember our great leaders that have gone before us. Obviously, it's very important to learn from others' mistakes. We do not have to reinvent the wheel. We just have to remember their struggles, because they lived in a time where there was problems too, but they overcame those problems. There's a couple of quotes that I'd like to share with you. One is from Ronald Reagan, that says the most terrifying words in the English language are, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." Thomas Jefferson said, "To compel a man to subsidize with his taxes the propagation of ideas which he disbelieves and abhors is sinful and tyrannical." And then Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Rhetoric is a poor substitute for action. We have to be trusted, and we not only have to do that, we have to only trust things that will work. If we're really going to be a great nation, we must not merely talk, but we must act big." And so here's the action step. Here's what we need to take to heart. Here's how we can personally make a difference. We all know someone that has been impacted by the downfall of the economy, whether it's a coworker, a family member, or a friend. Okay, and so when's the last time you when's the last time you reached out to them and asked them how things are going? When's the last time you made a personal phone call to them? Just hearing someone's voice, the voice of a friend, makes all the difference in the world. Drop them a note, mail them a letter, and rekindle that relationship, because a hurting world needs those that are uplifters and encouragers. Today, write down the name of 3 people that you know who would love to hear your voice. Then make it happen. You take the initiative to encourage them. America is still the greatest country in the world, and in order to keep it that way, we have to be a bridge to those that have fallen by reaching out to them, helping them off government assistance, showing them a better way of life than a mere existence. Remember, you do want to thrive, not just survive. Remember, I too once was a person in need, and now I'm on the other side, helping and offering assistance, just as I was offered assistance in my time of need. So go pay it forward. Have a great day, Mac U.